Hey everyone, today I want to talk about something that people complained about with 4th edition, and that is character roles. When I was doing some research about 4th edition, I went back and looked at reviews that came out at the time that 4th edition was released to see what those complaints were at the time, so I could compare those to what you have in 5th edition. One of the new things in 4th edition was character roles. These were defined on pages 15 and 16 of the player's handbook. There were basically 4 roles. There was controllers, defenders, leaders, and strikers. The controllers were those that wanted to shift the balance of power during combat. They would have things that affect a lot of enemies and change the conditions of the fight. This would be people like the wizards. Defenders are the melee fighters. They act as a wall between the enemy and the rest of the party. These would be the fighters and the paladins. Leaders are those that assist the party through bonuses and healing and inspiration, so your clerics and your warlords. And then strikers are the more mobile characters that deal a lot of damage and move around the battlefield. These are the rogues and the warlocks. So I want to take a look at these and see how they compare to 5th edition. The first thing I looked at is a rogue. Rogues are strikers in 4th edition. They get sneak attack damage. Their powers are mostly about dealing damage and then moving to a different position, or dealing extra damage based on some finesse movement that the enemy didn't see. In 5th edition, a rogue mostly tries to get into a position to be able to do sneak attack. They will use their bonus action to hide in order to gain advantage. They also get disengage as a bonus action in order to keep moving without provoking any opportunity attacks. Fighters are defenders in 4th edition. They're melee combatants that use brute force. Their powers are about dealing extra damage, protecting their friends, or causing an enemy to be more vulnerable. Fighters in 5th edition get action surges and extra attacks. The battle masters get abilities that grant them maneuvers during combat and give them an advantage. They even have some abilities that allow them to grant protection to other members of the party. Then I took a look at wizards. In 4th edition, a wizard is considered a controller. They get spells such as Light, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Cloud of Daggers, Magic Missile, Ray of Frost, Scorching Burst, Thunder Wave, Sleep, Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Jump, and Shield. In 5th edition, wizard spells include Light, Mage Hand, Prestidigitation, Cloud of Daggers, Magic Missile, Ray of Frost, Scorching Ray, Thunder Wave, Sleep, Expeditious Retreat, Featherfall, Jump, Shield. And all of these have roughly the same purpose and the same usage as they did in 4th edition. The more I looked at the powers in 4th edition and the abilities and spells in 5th edition, the more I began to realize that they're very closely aligned, just using a different name. Then I thought, well, maybe 4th edition is forcing people to play characters in a certain way based on their role. But I've played enough of both editions to know that rogues do rogue things, and wizards do wizard things, and fighters do fighter things. 5th edition might give the illusion that there's more flexibility, but the thing is that when someone decides to play a warlock, they're wanting to use Eldritch Blast. When someone plays a barbarian, they're wanting rage. When someone plays a rogue, they're typically doing it for sneak attack. All of these things exist nearly identically in 4th edition and 5th edition. And then it hit me. It's the illusion of choice. It was never that 4th edition forced characters into these roles. It was that players didn't like being told that that was their role, even if that was exactly how they were playing the characters all along. I'm not saying that everything was perfect. I'm just saying that this was a 4th edition complaint when it was released, and it's still one that you hear about today. But from my perspective, when I look at it, what you had in 4th edition is nearly identical to what you get in 5th edition. The only difference is that 5th edition doesn't put a label on it. So let me know your thoughts. What am I missing about this particular 4th edition objection? I'd love to hear those thoughts down in the comments. Please check out the newsletter if you're interested. Subscribe to the channel. Until next time, take care.